More than 38,000 people were evacuated, and over 500 structures have burned so far. It is one of several major blazes burning across the state and one of 88 burning across the country. You're listening to USA Radio News.
I got the best deal ever on a great night's sleep for you. I really do. And you'll get it right now by going to MyPillow.com. Now, I've told you about MyPillow, how it's given me the best sleep of my life I've ever had in my life, even on vacation when I'm not in my regular bed, and you know what a pain that is. Well, summertime, you're on vacation and traveling, get you a MyPillow to take with you. And right now, if you go to MyPillow.com, you click on the buy one, get one free special. Use my promo code USA, 2 for the price of 1. Really, I'm serious. Buy one, get one free special if you use my promo code USA when you go to MyPillow.com or call 1-800-951-875. Use promo code USA. Machine washable, dryable, made in the USA, 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. Get a great night's sleep and save money.
5 people are dead in 2 shooting incidents in the Corpus Christi, Texas area. KZTV's Drew Spire says the ordeal ended at a nursing home in suburban Robstown.
That's where they found 3 people dead, including the shooter. Now, according to the city secretary, 2 other victims were found in a home belonging to the shooter. Now, it's believed the shooter killed them at his home first, then went to the nursing home where he shot 2 others before turning the gun on himself.
Former Trump personal attorney Michael Cohen is ready to reveal information to special counsel Robert Mueller, including advanced knowledge about a pre-election meeting at Trump Tower which promised dirt on Hillary Clinton. It's unclear whether Mueller would be interested in Cohen's testimony for his investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election. He's handed Cohen's criminal case off to a U.S. attorney in New York. Cohen's under federal criminal investigation for his business practices. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Wayne Alaroot. I'm a father of 4, and I worry every day about this dangerous world. There are so many things that could go wrong. Economic collapse, stock market crash, terrorist attack, war with North Korea. There's a lot to worry about when it comes to protecting your income, assets, and your family's future. Thankfully, my good friends at Tangible Investments are your safe haven from the storm. Call now, and Tangible Investments will send you absolutely free a 1-ounce American Silver Eagle, along with your guide for investing in precious metals. To receive your free American Silver Eagle, call toll-free 800-780-9000. That's 800-780-9000.
President Trump is seeing lots of red for November. USA's Rick Vincent reports.
President Donald Trump expects Republicans to do better than expected in midterm elections this November. He tells the Sean Hannity radio show that's partly due to the fast-paced economic growth.
We're going to fix everything once we have the votes. You know, we really don't have, when they say a majority, it's 51-49, but it's not really, because you lose a couple and people are sick, people are ill, people can't come to vote. So in the Senate, we really don't have a majority at all.
Trump says 60 days for midterms, so hit the campaign trail 6 or 7 days a week. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Concerns over Facebook stock dropping are not a problem, as USA's Chris Barnes explains.
Shares of Facebook fell by 19% on Thursday, a day after the world's largest social media company disclosed its quarterly revenue didn't live up to expectations and that its user metrics grew slower than some on Wall Street had predicted. But while the dollar value of the loss was the largest ever by a publicly traded company in the United States, many analysts point out that that loss wiped out months of gains, not years. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's net worth did plummet more than $15 billion with that stock dive, but it stayed around $67 billion, according to Forbes. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America.
And we are ready to go, no doubt about that. Welcome, Facebook viewers. Welcome to those listening to us via streaming, Biz Talk Radio. However you hear our show, we so appreciate you being right there with us. Happy weekend, happy Saturday. I'm Bryan Main. This is Garden America. Tiger Palafox to my right, to my left, John Bagnasco. And again, 855-424-9825. Want to give us a phone call. Also, John at gardenamerica.com. That works as well. Facebook Live, questions, comments as we monitor throughout the entire 2 hours. Another good way to get to us. John is here ready to go. John had a great week, and I'm going to turn things over to you, John, so you can take it from here because I know you have a lot of things to pass on to our listeners. They're ready to be informed, John.
And entertained.
Entertained at the same time.
So Carolyn says. It's been hot this week.
What?
In Southern
Really?
California, it's been hot.
It's been ridiculous, hasn't it?
Right now, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in the fire areas in Northern California.
Now Redding's in trouble, right? You said, basically?
Well, yeah, Linda, as a matter of fact, on our Facebook page, sent us a note that said, hi from Smoky Redding. So I don't think that fire's under control right now. A few homes have burned, and we hope they can get that under control. Down here, Idlewild, and you said
San Pasqual Valley.
Yeah, real
Yeah,
close.
did you hear about that one yesterday, Tiger? We've got a couple of things going on in this county as well.
Yeah, the San Pasqual one. They got that. Did you see the news footage from that one?
Well, I know.
They sent the big air tankers right away to that one.
It went from like 25 acres to 250 acres like that.
Yeah, and so they got, I kind of feel like when they know they can get one under control immediately, they do all they can. Because they had helicopters, they had the air tankers, they had everybody fighting that one. And I think it's like 80% contained now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. But Redding's a different story. John said that they're thinking about the possibility of evacuating the entire town if it comes to that. Let's hope not, because, again, if that does happen, as you mentioned, John, too many people trying to get out of small areas at once usually doesn't work.
Yeah, luckily in San Diego, we had high humidity, and I think that helped a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I was surprised as hot as it got, because we had up by us, maybe not down here in San Diego, but North County, temperatures in the high 90s all week. But the humidity was so high, the plants loved it. As long as they got water, they were doing great. The hibiscus were doing well. Plumeria, any tropical was just fantastic. And all the roses made it as long as I gave them water. So
yeah, my roses look good. I've been watering every other day, just because I think they appreciate it. It's hot out there, right?
They do.
Now, what about you, though,
They
with
do
everything?
like that
First of all, you live in an area that's much hotter than where I live, and you have probably about, 4 or 5 more roses than I do?
At least
4 or 5.
At least we could
400 or 500.
And
Exactly.
even more than that, double that.
But I mean, that's got to take a toll on yourself, John, right?
No, it was. This is a good time of year as long as we have the humidity. We don't want hot, dry Santa Ana winds because that's bad for plants.
Really bad.
You know, I've been looking at. I wanted to ask Tiger if he had any experience in this area because I'm thinking of terracing my backyard where we're moving to.
Your new backyard.
My new backyard. And I really like the way that the terraces were at Long Barn when we were in England. And I'm thinking for the grassy area to conserve water rather than grass. Have you tried that Carapia?
Yeah. I have not tried it, but I've seen it in yards.
Does it look messy?
It doesn't require much water, if any, right?
Well, it's about half the water of a lawn.
Right. And I like it. I've seen them grow it a few different ways.
I heard you can mow it.
That's what I've seen where it looks clean.
Right.
And it's not a great one to, when it's mowed, it's not a great one to walk on very much, meaning it's still a little bit of that rigid, kind of stiff kind of grass. But
so if you're walking on with shoes, it's okay, but not barefoot.
Not barefoot. But when it's left long, it's great to walk on.
What was that grass we talked about years ago, John, that you could either mow or let go?
The Carix Panza?
No, he's talking about buffalo grass.
Buffalo grass, yeah.
Right.
And some people had it on the roofs of their houses and stuff, or didn't they?
And you know what?
Something like that, kind of a grassy, kind of a.
And are you?
I don't know.
And are you thinking about putting the lawn? Because this is a cool thing to do if you can plan for it. If you put the lawn at the base of your terracing, you can get all of your upper terraces to drain down into the lower area, and then you wouldn't have to water as much. But if you put the lawn at the top, you would have to water to make it green and nice. But you can also feed your lower beds with the water as well. So that's something to think about, is the placement of those. Because if you can get if you're planting plants up on the top terraces and having it trickle downwards,
right,
it'll go down into that wet area. And but at the same time, you can also do the reverse.
It's the old trickle down theory.
The trickle down effect, right?
Yeah.
So
all right,
I'm
going to think about that. I like that idea. The one thing that my wife was concerned about was it does bloom, and she was concerned about lots of bees.
Yeah, and walking on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
So a ground cover that has a flower, it can walk
attract
on
a lot of bees.
Yeah, it's like that.
I've stepped on bees before.
Apple. What do they call it?
Just like red apples.
Which I think we have around our house as well, and there's tons of bees.
Right.
Yeah.
You stepped on a bee, got stung one time?
Yeah, I was at Liberty Station in Point Loma. They have a big park, and over there they just have park grass, mix of oxalis, Bermuda grass, St. Augustine, whatever just flies in the area. And when you get those big oxalis blooms or spurge as well,
right?
A bunch of bees on the ground. Well, you're playing in a park barefoot.
Sure, of course.
You step on them.
Well, at least we've got a ton of bees around. I'm not sure if we're still concerned about the bee population, but we've got a ton of bees at our place.
I had a palm tree come into bloom. And I was looking last night, the amount of bees around it were...
Yeah. You hear it humming.
Yeah, hundreds of bees.
That's great.
It's like a power line ahead of you.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah. Like there's a transformer box someplace.
You wouldn't think that palm flowers would attract bees like that, but they do.
So I don't know. Are we still worried about the bee population? I mean, what's that?
We moved on to great whites. No, have you been watching Shark Week?
Well, they're overfishing sharks.
Yeah,
we know
what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
We moved on. No more bees. Now we're worried about great whites.
I don't need shark fin soup. You know what? Leave the sharks alone.
I've had shark fin soup. Have you?
No. Was it good?
It was kind of salty, as I recall. It was
would make sense.
It was. I'm trying to think now. Maybe 40 years ago.
40 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
13 minutes after the hour. Welcome, Facebook viewers. Questions, comments. Let's get those rolling. 855-424-9825. John at GardenAmerica.com. Speaking of John, Ralph Waldo Emerson is in your thoughts this morning, or he is in your thoughts, John.
Yeah, I don't mean this quote to be a downer.
I understood what it meant.
Okay, as I get older, I start thinking about this stuff. But he said that our fear of death is like our fear that summer will be short. But when we've had our swing of pleasure, our fill of fruit, and our swelter of heat, we say that we've had our day.
And we turn off the lights and say good night.
That's right.
No, I understood it. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What else do you like about his work, John?
Well, you know what? Maybe when we come back from the break, if we don't have a guest, I'll read one of his poems.
He's trying to connect to him right now.
Oh, darn. I won't be able to do that.
So, but I'm going to verify the phone number here during the break. But, yeah, you can do whatever you want to, John. You take the show in any direction that you'd like, and then we'll go from there. You had a good week at the nursery, Tiger? You're always in the field.
Out and about.
You're out in the field, right?
This week. Yeah, it was hot. What's funny is that I did a news segment. A news station called me and said, "Hey, are you working outside today?" And I was not.
Okay,
I was in
was
the
it
office.
KUSI?
No, I can't remember. Channel 10.
Okay. They do what? Just a random phone call?
Yeah. I know a few people, and they're like, hey,
Right.
you're working outside? I'm like, no, but I got a crew over here. And he's like, oh, okay, can you meet us over there? So they just wanted some shots of some people working outside in the heat and to talk to us. And so I had to go out and work in the heat for a little bit.
just to kind of stage it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need a story. Somebody get on that news story. It's hot out there. Who has to work outside today? Let's do a story on those people.
Exactly it.
By the way, Linda sent us an update on the fires in Reading. She said it's only 5% contained.
Only 5%. How many acres burned so far?
50,000.
Ridiculous.
50,000 acres?
Right. She says the tankers haven't been able to fly due to poor visibility.
I assume because that visibility is due to the smoke.
And she said the temperatures have been over 110 all week. So
My gosh.
perfect fire conditions.
My gosh. Yeah, thoughts and prayers, definitely.
Yeah, those of you that are in better climates, be thankful.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are here.
Yeah, we are. It's been hot and humid here in San Diego, but nothing like what's going on in Reading in terms of the fires. So, again, thoughts and prayers. Be safe. And, again, we're going to continue. Get a hold of our guest. We've got a break coming up here right now at about 60 minutes after the hour, 855-424-9825. That is our toll-free number. Want to pick up the phone, give us a call. Biz Talk Radio, John at GardenAmerica.com. We love Facebook Live, so as we monitor that, you can give us your questions, comments right there on Facebook Live. We're going to step aside, take a break. John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, welcome to your Saturday. I'm Bryan Main. This is Garden America.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit Mosquito Dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
All right, guys, we're ready for our four-season sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors.
Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah! No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to receive your free, no-obligation brochure from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-928-7007. That's 800-928-7007. Call 800-928-7007 today.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt, call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Back here on your Saturday morning, thank you so much for being with us. Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. We did the quote of the week. Any other last-minute business before we bring on Dustin? Are we all up to date, ready to go? I think so. All right, Tiger, let's do it.
All right, so this morning we have Dustin Snow with Horn Canna Farms. And Horn Canna Farms is located in Carnegie, Oklahoma. And one of the things that when we were touring through England, we saw a lot of was the use of cannas in the backdrop of a lot of planting beds and then in containers for that vertical, very colorful foliage element. So, we thought Dustin would be a great guest because going into summer, this is the time of year for cannas. And so, Dustin at Horn Canna Farms has a wide variety of cannas that they grow. And it's always neat to kind of know direct from the grower how to do these things, what does well, what doesn't, and get some tips. So, Dustin, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Horn Canna Farms and your background and your history with the farm.
The whole story is this business was started by chance. My great-grandfather peddled vegetables at roadside stands in the summertime, and they had received some cannas from an aunt who happened to live in DeQueen, Arkansas, which is a town that borders on the eastern side of Oklahoma, and of course we're in the southwestern part. But they mailed some cannas to my great-grandparents, and my grandmother grew them in her yard, which would have been a very long time ago. And at that time, they didn't have running water in the house, and I'm sure they didn't have a toilet in the house, and they didn't have turf grass at all. It was just a sandy, open prairie with a house on setting on it. And so they grew some cannas there, and the cannas started to produce bulbs, and they had more than they needed. And she eloquently suggested that my great-grandfather, take them on his route. And I guess I would assume that would have been an earlier to his route. Revenue selling cannas. Interesting that even people then were excited about some beauty in their landscape.
Well, now, at that point in time, the canna was like an exotic. They weren't a very popular flower, not a very popular plant. So I'm sure it's almost like he's, going on this route and he has this exotic plant that probably not a lot of people have seen, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unusual, certainly, and tall.
And And, you guys being a Canna farm, I'm sure familiar with this. I mean, the nice thing about it is a bulb. It does grow in a lot of different climates. So it's easy for you to kind of almost take it anywhere and ship it and have someone grow it. I mean, as I just said, we were in England and they're growing them in England, and, they might not overwinter real well there. Sometimes it might be, a little too wet or too cold, but people had them in containers. People brought them, they have what was it called? The orangeries. They had their orangeries where they bring in their winter tender plants, kind of a thing. And, they grow well. And so, this is a plant that, unlike other bulb, like a tulip or maybe like a daffodil that, might be a little bit more challenging to grow, or isn't there all as long as the Canna. The Canna, even if it's not blooming, you have beautiful foliage, right?
Correct. Yes.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
you go from a small rhizome to a 4 or 5, even 6 foot plant within a season.
Yeah.
So to get a tropical effect from starting out without much is unusual in the plant world. And that's what people in northern climates really like. And I think that Dustin's kind of happy when they freeze during the winter.
Because then that's job security, right, Dustin?
That is exactly right. We secretly are okay with when people have to repurchase, and of course we commiserate with them and all that. And of course we certainly are happy to be here to serve them well.
So right now, Cannas in the garden across the country are flowering. They're fully grown. You're seeing them, in Southern California, you're seeing them in California, you're seeing them in Southwest, all the way through the East Coast at this point in time. What are you guys doing at the farm right now?
Irrigating the field. Like I say, we're in southwestern Oklahoma. It's a very dry area, and we're in a drought. So we have an irrigation system that we maintain, and we're also removing weeds from the field by hand.
By hand, huh?
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, and we have 50 acres this year, and we have there's about 6 or 7 people in the field right now.
Would you like to weed 50 acres?
Yeah, I have
hand?
0.37 acres of property that I live on, and I don't like weeding it.
My God. Hey, now, is there a reason, Dustin, that with that much property, that much acreage, that you would do it by hand? What's the advantage?
Well, there aren't great herbicides available to stop weeds from growing.
Yeah.
And really the only way to get them out is to remove the weeds by hand. And the benefit of removing them is because they're stealing moisture and nutrients.
Yeah.
And they're creating seeds. They're creating seeds for years to come. So we're trying to reduce the seed population. And of course we're trying to give the cannas as much growing space as possible.
And then when is it time for you guys to harvest those? Because, like you just said, right now they're actively growing and you're irrigating them. When is the time of year for you guys in Oklahoma to harvest them?
We generally start harvest mid-October, and it takes about 4 weeks to do that. As a grower in landscape or as a homeowner, you wouldn't want to start that early probably. If you're in an area where you have to lift them, we would suggest that you let them die back from frost. There is a process that happens during that. And sugars and nutrients are stored up in the bulb whenever cold weather comes, and the big push for that is an actual good hard freeze that kills the foliage, and it certainly helps the bulbs for storage, and they grow better the next year. We don't have that luxury because we have to get them in before threat of damaging freeze comes.
Okay. Hey, Dustin, we're going to take a commercial break here for just a second, and when we come back, we'll continue talking about cannas and maybe some tips and tricks for people that want to plant their own.
Absolutely, and we welcome your questions, comments right there on Facebook Live. Give it a shot. Also, John, you want to send John an email, that's john@gardenamerica.com. Another way, pick up the phone, give us a call, live toll-free, 855-424-9825 on this Saturday morning with Garden America.
Everything is coming up roses in San Diego from October 25th to 29th. Lance Walheim here, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at the National Convention of the American Rose Society. BioAdvance and Heirloom Roses will be co-sponsoring the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, along with the rose show, speakers, and festivities of the American Rose Society. So join me at the San Diego Crowne Plaza Hotel and Convention Center, and go to gardenamerica.com and check the homepage for links to registration and event schedule.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 immediately. That's 800-557-6095. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-557-6095. That's 800-557-6095. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want want Viagra at the lowest prices. Never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. Again, 1-800-521-9579.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
Hey, your garden buddies are here. We do appreciate you tuning in. Facebook Live, however you listen to us, we do appreciate it. Streaming, which is, of course, around the world, right here in this country. John@gardenamerica.com, 855-424-9825, Facebook Live. Questions, comments, as we get back to Dustin. Tiger?
Yeah, we were just chatting with Dustin Snow with Horn Canna Farms. And I didn't even think to mention for people that are listening right now what a canna is. My description of a canna is a large, leafy, sometimes it's red, green, variegated foliage plant. They come up very vertical, very tropical looking, vibrant colored flowers, red, oranges, yellows, combination of
you sold me right away.
Right on the top.
Do you remember in England the one that you really liked? We were at the Hampton Court Flower Show, and I think the variety was Cleopatra.
Yeah,
and it had the spotted flowers. You really liked that.
And just super dramatic And it's almost like it's standing on its own bouquet because the flowers are at the top. You got this wonderful foliage towards the base. They can get up to 4 feet, 5 feet, like John had mentioned earlier. And if you're still having trouble, I did upload the link to Horn Canna Farms on our Facebook. You can click on that. Also, the website that you can go to is just cannas.net. That's CANNAS.net.
There's two ends, right?
Two ends,
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
That was terrible.
We got it.
Pronunciation of it.
But if you missed it, watch the replay of the show.
But back to Dustin.
Before we do that quickly, I just wanted to mention that on Facebook, Pamela posted, "Love Horn Canna Farms," with 3 exclamation points.
Oh, there you go.
Super.
We got some love.
Before the break, we were going to start talking about how people grow them, what people want to do. So, Dustin, let's start off because someplace people can grow a canna almost anywhere is in a container. How would you recommend planting them? What would you put them in for soil? Where would you put the plants, sunlight, watering, things like that?
Sure. Cannas use a lot of nutrients and they use a lot of water. So an important part of container growing for cannas is a large pot and roughly a soil volume of 5 gallons of soil. So, a 5-gallon pot. And the soil mix is real basic. We use just a potting soil that's normal. I mean, it's nothing fancy. A lot of times we use a potting soil that has an osmocote element to it, and don't sweat that. It's just potting soil is great. Cannas do like to be close to the surface when planted, so if you're planting a bare root, 2 to 3 inches of soil on top, and that's it. They don't like to be planted deep.
Hey, I had a quick... Oh, I'm sorry. I know you wanted to talk about the sunlight.
Yeah. So sun exposure is at least 3 to 4 hours of direct sunlight a day. So it can be morning or afternoon sun, and full sun is certainly okay as well. And our cannas are growing in western Oklahoma in an open field as if they were growing like cotton. In fact, we have a cotton field to the south. We have no shade. We have very few trees in our county. So they are certainly welcoming to sun, water, and nutrients.
I think I could grow them in my patio, John.
Oh, yeah.
Based on that.
Of course you could. You know, Dustin, I wanted to ask, is there a difference between what people use as water cannas in ponds or wet areas? Is that a specific type of canna, or could any canna be used that way?
We had a garden pond before we had kids, and I've tried many varieties in there, and they all do quite well.
Oh, that's good to know.
It doesn't have to have water canna declaration on it. In fact, I don't even know what a water canna is. I think they're all water cannas.
It's a good marketing term.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing I wanted to ask is, I was looking at your website and I saw the varieties of cannas that you carried, and I wondered, do you guys pretty much just stay to the tried and true, or are you guys always experimenting with new varieties to see how they do?
Oh, we're always trying to add new varieties.
Oh.
And, you know, we have several in our personal landscape around our house that we're trying out, and that's just part of being in any type of business. You always want to add to your product line,
right?
And something new and interesting, and it makes it fun for people to keep returning and seeing what we may have that's new, and it makes it fun for us to get to try new things.
You know, and over the years, I've seen this go up and down, literally. For a while, everybody wanted giant cannas, you know, like the King Humberts that are going to grow up to 8 feet tall. But then it switched to the dwarfs, and it seemed for a while everybody wanted dwarf cannas. Then it was intermediates. Where's the market right now?
Everywhere.
Everything you just said, John.
Yeah. We have people who want low-growing. Plants. Even create a screen because there's something in their neighbor's yard that's ugly, and they want to cover it up. So we're not seeing any trend either way as far as any preference going to any size.
I always think bigger's better.
You would.
I just want it to be bold and dramatic. If you have a canna, who wants a little tiny canna?
And especially if you're talking about all those colors.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just beautiful.
And the striped leaves on some of them.
You know, but at the same time, I think that, you know, one thing that drove that trend for the smaller ones is container gardens, people with patios and things.
That's true.
And they use them as because even the dwarf ones get, 3 feet tall?
I think that's my next purchase now.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
You're looking for cannas?
Well, yeah, I've got the perfect condition, and it's got all the colors I like.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'll definitely
do you have cannas at the nursery?
I do. Yeah.
You might be seeing me.
All right.
I want to make sure you're not out in the field, though, Tiger.
Hey,
come by.
So Dustin, you know, for horn cannas, I know your guys' website's up. You guys are selling products. Tell us a little bit about it in the terms of, you know, can people go online, start buying things? When are you guys going to be shipping? When should people be planting these now?
We are taking orders for as early as ship date as mid-February of 2019. The general rule for best planting time is when the soil temperature is around 60 degrees in your area, and it's a sustained soil temp. But a lot of people will start them indoors in the northern states and then set them out at an appropriate time. So, you know, if you want to go on our website, part of the ordering process is choosing a ship date.
Okay.
And we honor that ship date pretty well. In fact, we do it very well, other than if the weather during transit is too cold and they could be damaged during shipment, we certainly won't ship them in bad weather.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, real quick before we kind of finish up, we have a question from one of our listeners named Matt, and says, Is it true that the lighter colored leaves are more susceptible to insects eating them? Have you ever heard that?
No.
No. So
not at all.
So all cannas are fair games, because
Right,
I mean
yeah.
a lot of the insects that eat cannas are going to be things like slugs and snails. What are some other pests that people have to watch out for, Dustin?
Oh, in the southern states, especially in the coastal areas, there is a specific critter, the caterpillar. It's called the canna leaf roller, and that's a real challenge in the warm coastal areas, and it can be difficult. And you treat that with acephate, an early treatment. Acephate is a systemic insecticide, and it works quite well. And systemic meaning you put it in the soil and on the plant, and it actually the plant takes that product in, and then when the critter bites it, it takes care of it. It takes care of the biting insect.
All right.
Other than that, there's not much. I mean, any normal. If you have insects in your yard that are biting or sucking or scraping, they're probably going to get the cannas a little bit too. So, general insecticide is.
Hey, Dustin, hate
enough.
to cut you off. We got to go to a break. We'll come right back to wrap this up. So hold on to. We are coming right back.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit mosquito dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite organic nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
As a small business owner, there's one dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly 1 business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your better interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
This is our final segment for hour number one. Going to wrap things up quickly with Dustin. Do appreciate him being on the air with us, giving us all this great information, Tiger.
Yeah, so he was just wrapping up on some tips as far as growing them. I want to say that Hillary gave you guys a shout out also from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and says that she loves the Horn Canna Farm as well. And you guys have a festival, a Canna Festival, right? When is the Canna Festival there?
Well, the festival ran for 30 years, and 2 years ago, the local community decided to stop having it. It's just kind of ran its course.
Got it.
And so it's a thing of the past.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, no, at least we know now. Yeah. Now we know, Tiger.
It should be like once every 10 years or something.
There you go. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, Dustin, I want to thank you very much for joining us. Lots of good info. And, again, for our listeners out there, Cannas.net is where you want to go. You find great selection on Cannas. They have some specials right now that you can find. And, and then the nice thing about it is you can tell Dustin when you want them sent to you. Place the order now so you know you're going to get the plants. And then you can tell him, hey, send them to me at this point in time.
Yes. You got to get your orders in now for next year.
Yeah,
yep,
exactly.
Now's the time.
Yep.
So, Dustin, thank you. Have a great weekend, and good luck out there.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed being on your show.
Thank you, Dustin. Do appreciate it. All right. So there you have it. Just a good old boy from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
A great part of the country.
What a great story, just, hey, family started planting some plants.
Well, you found a picture on their website. Was it who's the 15-year-old kid?
Yeah, and I think it's the founders, John and Francis Horn's son, Neil Horn, at age 15, sitting on his new car purchased with money from bulb sales.
Bulb money. He was able to afford a car.
Yeah.
So not too shabby. Now I'm all into Cannas now. Now I want one. I want to see one. Just because I have the ideal growing conditions and it's going to put a lot of color in the patio. I've got too much green.
John, if he grows them in a pot on his patio.
He being Bryan?
Bryan.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah. This guy over here in front of us.
I love it.
If Bryan grows them in a pot on his patio, the thing with Cannas is people have to understand too is that they're great growers. How often do you think he has to divide that plant in a pot?
Once it gets too big for the pot?
2 to 3 years? What do you think?
Depends on what size. It could be every year.
I mean, it could be every year, right?
They grow that fast and need that
really
much room.
fast.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do would be to get as big a pot as possible from the very beginning, or not?
Well, a lot of people, what they do is, and what we saw, and kind of, I think why people grow cannas a lot in containers is they do a combo. And so, the classic term that people use is you use the thriller, the upright item in there. You put some filler in there, the medium flowery plant, and then the spiller, something that cascades over. And so in a canna, that's the classic thing, is that you have this amazing plant that's vertical, beautiful color foliage and flowers. And so you're going to combo it with other plants in a pot.
Okay.
For your patio, if you're going to put it kind of in the edge of your patio, you would put the can at the back, and then a medium plant in front, and then the cascading plant at the very front edge of it. And so in that terms, you would if you didn't buy a dwarf canna, you would probably be dividing it every year.
Okay.
Because you want other plants with the canna.
You do. Okay, that makes sense.
You don't want it to just be a standalone plant.
Okay.
I mean, you could, but I think most people combine them.
We've got Bill standing by from Chico. Very patient Bill on the phone at 855-424-9825. Bill, welcome to the show. What's going on, my friend? Happy Saturday.
Thank you, fellas. I know you're going to have your break pretty soon for either your coffee or your brandy, so I have two quick questions.
Okay, go ahead.
What is the connection of the vegetable that Sharon was writing about in your newsletter, the Molokai, or however you say it?
Uh-huh.
What is its connection to Okinawan spinach? Are they at all similar?
It's similar, but, to be honest with you, I have to check that out to find out how closely they're related, and I'll do that during the break. And
because
let you know for sure.
Is that spinach you guys
I've been growing
grew?
the Okinawan spinach, and I love it. I eat it fresh. Other people cook with it.
Kind of
but
succulent.
This green sounded very intriguing of Sharon's. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's kind of an Asian thing too. And then it was it African, Moroccan? Used a lot in Morocco.
It's all over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's grown
Yeah.
widely with slightly different names.
Yeah. Where is Sharon when you need her?
Right. but John's going to research that for you, Bill.
That.
Yeah, no worries. What's your second question?
Years ago, John, I bought some blueberries from you.
Uh-huh.
And we've finished harvesting our blueberries, but everyone keeps bugging me. What is that one? What is that one? And I cannot remember the name. Can you?
Yes. I have total recall, but not on demand, Bill. So it will come to me. We had two varieties, and I'm trying to think of what they were.
I got both, but either one or both I'd really appreciate. But
you know what?
Okay, I know I sprung that on you pretty quick.
Yeah, and what I'll do, because we still have it on our website hidden, and I can go and open up where that is, and I'll let you know.
John's going to answer both of your questions,
Yeah.
Bill, before the show's over today.
Okay, thank you, fellas.
Okay, Bill, keep
Glad
listening.
I didn't ask 3 questions. I'd have struck out.
No, that's fine.
Hey, wait a second. The answer's still coming on this blueberry.
We got it, Bill. Hold on here. We got a few minutes before the top of the hour here, so stay with us. John is doing. Our crack research team took the day off today. That's why John's doing this.
That's why John's doing it.
Hey, stay cool up here.
People rave about them. I don't know if you're ever going to bring them back, but they're so large and plump.
Well, you know what?
And they last. They hang on the vine.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I planted a couple in an area that it's not really great soil. And this year
They did well anyway.
The plants aren't very big, but they were loaded with blueberries. So it's definitely one of the southern high bush varieties. But as soon as I find out what that was, I'll let you know.
Okay, is that going to be?
That's it.
After the break. Okay,
after
Bill.
the break,
Hey,
sure.
Bill, keep listening, and John's going to answer your questions. Okay.
Thank you, fellas.
Okay, Bill.
All right,
thank you. We
thanks,
do appreciate it very much. And a minute or so to the break, John. And I know you're going to be researching that to answer his blueberry questions.
Typing away
Well,
feverishly.
for I couldn't remember the name of our website.
That would be gardenamerica.com.
Got it.
Good thing nobody asked that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break. News coming up on many of these affiliates. And for those of you listening on AM 1240, we do appreciate it. The replay of this show is going to be this afternoon and every Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles, Southern California, AM 740. News coming up next. We are back at 6 minutes after. Stay with us.
The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. Biz Talk Radio.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent. A former Archbishop of Washington, D.C. has resigned his position on the College of Cardinals after allegations of past sexual abuse. The Pope has accepted Theodore McCarrick's resignation. Vatican correspondent for the National Catholic Reporter, Joshua McElwee, says such a resignation is very rare.
There's no precedent for it in the entire history of the U.S. Catholic Church. The U.S. Cardinal has never renounced his position among the College of Cardinals before, and it's also quite rare on the global church. The last time it happened was in 1927.
Pope Francis has directed McCarrick to a life of prayer and penance as the Vatican investigation continues. The 88-year-old McCarrick denies the allegations. The car fire in Northern California has destroyed at least 500 homes and killed 2 firefighters. Jenny Mortenson's husband's been missing since yesterday morning when he went out to find a hotel for his family.
I don't care. I don't care about anything in that house. I just want my husband, and I want to know that he's safe.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Ugh, you guys, I am so ready for the beach.
I'm not.
What? The trip is coming up soon.
Yeah, my beach body is nowhere close to where I want it to be.
Same here. I've got to lose some weight before we go.
Plus, I know you're going to want to post pictures from the trip all over Facebook.
Well, why don't you guys try Calitrin?
Calitrin? That sounds really familiar.
It's super easy to take, and it's even healthy for you. You just take it at bedtime, and it does all the work for you.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking, and you're going to feel good taking it.
So I got the Calitrin, and I got into pants that I had not been into in a year and a half. It also took my hot flashes away.
Hey, this is Jack, and I've been using Calitrin. I used to go to the chiropractor at least once a week. The Calitrin has definitely helped me, and I definitely recommend it to anybody.
This is Lynn. I've been on Calitrin, and I love it, and I've lost 45 pounds.
So where can I get Calitrin?
You can go to their website at toploss.com, or you can call them at 833-TOP-LOSS.
CBS is investigating its own CEO, Les Moonves, after several women have accused him of sexual misconduct, ranging from inappropriate kissing to sexual assault. Journalist Ronan Farrow broke the story for The New Yorker and tells ABC News.
These are all stories in which women said one after another that they were terrified and intimidated, and that they felt their careers suffered as a result.
Dozens of employees have reported a culture of harassment at the network. CBS says it takes the allegations seriously. A shooting Friday night at a nursing home in Robstown, Texas, has left 3 people dead, including the suspected gunman. City Administrator Herman Rodriguez tells KCRA3 before going to the nursing home, the suspect allegedly killed 2 people at his home.
There were 2 additional bodies found dead of 2 more male victims at the home of one of the victims from the elderly resident's home.
Tens of thousands of demonstrators have rallied throughout Russia to protest plans to substantially hike the age at which Russians can receive state retirement pensions. You're listening to USA Radio News.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290.
It's been more than 50 years since President Lyndon Johnson signed into law the legislation that established Medicare. In the Democratic Weekly Address, Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy of Florida says Medicare is one of the most life-saving programs in the U.S., and lawmakers must continue to strengthen its benefits for older Americans.
As we approach Medicare's 53rd anniversary, we must all recommit ourselves to the ideals that helped establish this important program and dedicate ourselves to protecting and strengthening health care for all Americans, especially our seniors.
President Trump used his weekly address to promote ICE's immigration enforcement work and attack Democrats who've called for the agency to be abolished. He says one of the critical lessons in the wake of 9/11 attacks is that immigration enforcement saves lives.
Without the brave heroes of ICE, we would have no enforcement, no laws, no borders, and therefore we wouldn't even have a country. So to the courageous public servants at ICE, great ones, we want you to know that the American people are with you.
Trump says in fiscal year 2017 alone, ICE arrested more than 127,000 aliens charged or convicted of crimes inside the U.S. 15 men whose convictions were overturned last year after saying they were framed by corrupt former Chicago cop Ronald Watts are filing separate lawsuits against the city. The Chicago Sun-Times reports the lawsuits were filed separately Thursday in Cook County Circuit Court and seek an unspecified amount of damages for the city of Chicago's alleged complicity in the police department's code of silence. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
Welcome. John Bagnasco. One during the break, Tiger. Somebody asking about Cannas. Is it edible? Can you eat it?
Yeah, the rhizome is edible. I think it's one of those plants that is deemed edible,
but not suggested.
Yeah, well, it would be a very, very bad tasting potato. You know, it's like ginger, you know, like
so why eat it? What would be the purpose of it?
Bananas, ginger, you know, like in that same kind of family, but without all the great flavors of those particular plants. That's
right.
The canna.
Don't let the colors fool you.
If you were ever lost in a forest and needed to survive,
you had to
eat the rhizomes? Yes.
So just because there's a lot of colors doesn't mean it's going to taste like Skittles. We're not talking Skittles here.
Oh, that would be awesome, right?
Imagine that, huh? Tastes like Skittles.
Taste the rainbow.
However, if you were lost in a forest,
yes,
it would have to be a tropical forest for cannas to be there, and there'd probably be plenty of other things you could eat.
Oh, thank you for breaking that down for us, John.
There's different varieties or different species of cannas, and the one that's used mostly for food is over in Asia, and it's Canna edulis, and edulis means edible.
Canna edulis, okay.
That's probably going to be the best flavored one, but like Tiger says,
not
all
really.
are edible to some extent.
Dustin had 50 acres. It's easy to get lost in the middle of 50 acres, and if you're lost in the middle of 50 acres in Oklahoma, at least you know you would survive.
Yes, exactly. By the way, John.
He also said there's no trees there, and so if you were lost in the knee-high or the dwarf cannas,
you could see somebody.
You could just see where the person was.
Did you by chance come up with the answers to Bill's questions?
I did.
Wow, Bill, how about this, Bill? Here it comes.
Hopefully Bill is still listening.
Yeah, I think Bill is, hopefully.
And the varieties of blueberry that we had were Blue Ray and Emerald. So those were the two varieties.
So that's what you want, Blu-ray and Emerald, Bill, when people keep asking you what kind of blueberries these are.
Yeah, and you can Google both those varieties, especially if you're in a warm area of the country. Those are high bush varieties and have great flavored blueberries.
Excellent. Now,
also large size blueberries, too.
And his second, did we address his second question? He had two, right? I believe.
I haven't had a chance to look that
Okay,
up.
no worries.
I might have to send Sharon an email on that one.
Okay.
Because he just wanted to know if it was related.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because he grows and eats a
well,
lot
he
of that.
really
Yeah.
likes that one, so
Right.
he's wondering. Yeah.
I don't think it's related to it. It might be similar, but I don't think it.
But
I don't
maybe
think
it could be used the same way.
Yeah.
Different flavors.
Yeah, exactly.
Sandy sent us an email and wants to know if Cannas make good cut flowers.
Ooh, good question.
I would think not,
Yeah.
because even on the plant, they don't last very long.
Right.
But you keep having new ones opening up.
And that's what people don't realize is that the old flower stays on there. It almost looks like it's still good, but it's actually not.
Right. And actually, I don't like that part about Cannas. The fact that the flowers always look messy to me.
Well, I
always go when I grow Cannas, if I ever do.
Right.
I go through and I pick off the old flowers every day. Just
I would try, if I was growing it, I would try it just to see how it would.
I have a
work.
Canna at home that has, I'm trying to think of the variety, maybe Tiger knows, but it's got green and white leaves.
Oh, that's interesting.
Not
the
striped.
No, not striped. Oh, okay.
I mean, just
totally white, totally green, each one different?
No, they're banded rather than striped. I mean, usually with stripe, you think of thin stripes.
Right.
These are, I mean, I've got to think of the name.
Yeah.
But it gets pretty tall. It gets to be like about 6-7 feet. And I'm just going to be leaving them there, and I could dig those up and bring them to you next week, maybe, if you want them.
I would also think that Cannas would not make good cut flowers, because to cut the stem of the flower is difficult because it's coming out of the foliage.
So you'd kill it.
And you wouldn't kill it, but it would be a difficult cut. But I will say that I definitely know this for sure, that people use the foliage in floral arrangements.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
People use, because, again, it has the red, the variegated, the green, and the white, like John just mentioned, yellow foliage, that I see that a lot in a lot of arrangements. People will use them to wrap bouquets. People will use it to act as filler in bouquets or a backdrop. I definitely see people use the foliage more so than the flower. So.
All right, so there you go. Any more Facebook questions? Did we get caught up? The phones are right now empty, so if you want to call us, 855-424-9825.
Laura wants to ask, can we grow those blueberries here in San Diego that you listed? And that's the Blue Ray and the Emerald blueberry.
Absolutely, and they do phenomenally well here.
I think they do better than the O'Neill, which is the classic.
That was one of the very first ones to come out, and there's been a lot of improvements since that time.
I think that, they are very good blueberries for our area. So, Laura, yes, Blue Ray. And so blueberries right now, you're probably not going to see them in nurseries or garden centers. They're kind of wrapping up. But January, February, you'll kind of see those come back around. But I will say, you had mentioned Sunshine. And I know that's kind of more of an evergreen one that you do see still usually in nurseries.
Sunshine's a good one.
Time of year.
Reliable.
But are the Blue Ray and the Emerald more of an evergreen also, or no?
Yes. Okay, and they're also very large fruit.
So you might
one of
see
them,
those.
I forget which one. It's almost the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
Like South Moon.
Like
one of those
little cutie mandarin right there.
That's right.
But because you had talked about those being ordered online, so that wouldn't be happening until next year if you're trying to find them online, which is the wonderful
January, February, right?
Yeah. The wonderful part of the internet nowadays is being able to, just the Canna, the idea that you go to a garden center and you're like, oh, the yellow Canna, the red Canna, and you're like, oh, but I really want this unique one. And the ease of being able to go online, order it, ship it to you, and now you can grow that plant. is amazing. I like Cannas a little bit better than, a lot of the other bulbs because of that. Cannas are so easy to grow. But
so they don't take much. I mean, they're pretty much low maintenance.
You kind of leave them alone. I mean, besides the bug problem that, we mentioned, and, some worms, some snails, some slugs might damage them. I don't see a huge population of aphids. I don't see mealybug getting on them. It's mostly kind of those chewing insects because of the large leafy green plants.
I found the variety of Canna.
Stuttgart.
So that's the variety.
That's pretty.
Stuttgart?
Stuttgart.
It reminds me of a ginger.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like a Canna.
Yeah, that variegated, not a classic, the safari Cannas that have those stripes like we talked about, variegations. No, this one's a more not consistent variegation.
I was working on a marketing program for striped Cannas once and trying to market them under, Yipes stripes.
Yipes?
Yipes stripes?
Yipes stripes. Remember the old chewing gum?
Yes.
Oh,
the striped gum, yes.
That striped gum?
Yeah.
It lasted for about 5 seconds.
Yep, and then you were done.
Yeah.
Went through a whole pack in 10 minutes.
And then it tasted like plastic.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they put in there.
I used to love that gum, though.
I'm sure there were a lot of chemicals in there that are no longer available on the market.
Red dye number 7 or whatever it was.
Exactly. Anything with red dye.
Yeah.
What else you have, John, for us?
That's one of the very few things I can taste.
Is red dye?
Well, isn't the red dye? It was red dye was the number 3.
So whatever it was.
Wasn't that in the? Isn't that what was in maraschino cherries?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
And maraschino cherries is the only thing
I always thought those were real cherries when I was a kid. I had no idea. Those you're talking about the ones they put in drinks and cocktails.
They are real cherries.
Not the cherry you think of though that we eat now. What do they do to them? They go through some metamorphosis.
They pick them off the tree, right, like that.
Yeah, but they do something to them that I don't think is probably very healthy.
I don't know.
There's the green one too.
I'm showing you a picture of the can. I don't know if you can see it from where you are.
I can see it, and the people that are watching can't see it, but I can see it. It's pretty. It looks nice. I like that.
All right. If do you want me to bring you one?
Do you have any other colors? Is that my only choice? I knew that would get him.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, the music means that it's break time. We're going to take this time out for a few words from our incredible sponsors here on this Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon here, Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, John at GardenAmerica.com. Keep those Facebook questions coming to us live. You can also reach us at 855-424-9825. Biz Talk Radio, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. Happy weekend to you. Coming right back. Stay with us.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit Mosquito Dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
Call 1-800-414-1958 for your free Life Alert brochure. That's 1-800-414-1958. 1-800-414-1958. Call for your free Life Alert brochure today at 1-800-414-1958.
All right, guys, we're ready for our four-season sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym. Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors. Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah! No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons Sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to receive your free, no-obligation brochure from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-928-7007. That's 800-928-7007. Call 800-928-7007 today.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt, call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And of course, questions, comments right there on our Facebook page. That also works. 21 minutes after the hour. Welcome back. John at gardenamerica.com. Those listening on Biz Talk Radio. What's going on, Tiger?
So during the break, John and I were just talking, and this is a simple plug for a great event that's coming up in September for the National Heirloom Expo. For those of you that don't know what the National Heirloom Expo is, it's a convention of sorts up in Santa Rosa, California, where they invite a wonderful array of growers that mostly focus on vegetables, heirloom vegetables, obviously.
A once a year get together?
Yeah,
okay.
and it's pretty amazing because not only, they don't have the plants, because it's past that time, but a lot of the seed companies.
Yeah, you can buy a lot of seeds, and there are lots of plants.
Yeah,
to buy.
There are a lot of plants.
And Carapaea is Lipia rapens, which is a ground cover, but Carapaea is sterile. Lipia sets a lot of seed that goes everywhere, and this Carapaea variety doesn't set seed, so that's one advantage. It's not quite as invasive. So he said the area that he put it in is sloped, and it's hard to keep hydrated, so now he only has to water every 8 to 10 days on a slopey area, and he says it's a nice green color, and it does bloom. He says the flower's about the size of a
dime, deep pink in color. And he says it forms a tight mat that helps prevent weeds. So that sounds good. He says it does attract tons of bees, which he loves.
And he would go with the bees again. Good.
And butterflies. By the way, I don't know what it is this year, but the last week I've been walking in my yard, and there's butterflies everywhere. It's almost like you were in a movie or a dream. I mean, everywhere there's butterflies, lots and lots of them.
Are they just flying around, or are they attracted to one particular area of your yard? I mean, what do you have?
They're just kind of everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know
you
what
had
it is.
something going on there they liked.
Well, maybe. I didn't know if it's just my yard or there's a lot of butterflies around in general. Anyway, Jimmy says that the Carapia blooms about 8 months a year, and it's green all year. And he says when it looks a little tired, he throws some compost over the top or applies a liquid fertilizer, like a liquid kelp, and also says hello to the crew.
Well, hello, Jimmy.
So thanks for that info, Jimmy.
Been a long time since we've seen Jimmy.
You know, I think I'm leaning towards trying it in at least one area, just to see how it does.
Well, you can be a mad scientist now because you've got, everything's going to be brand new. You're going to have area.
I have learned after being in my current house for 30 years that you might want to plan where you're going to put trees. Because trees are like Great Dane puppies. They're really cute when they're little, but they get big.
Yeah, and you better understand the root system.
And you've got to have somewhere to put them.
People that plant certain trees too close to sidewalks or houses, and they don't understand how the root system is going to perhaps one day spread and uplift.
The biggest tree in my yard now is a cowrie tree, which is probably about, I would say it's getting close to 70 feet.
Now, did you?
Wow. It's huge. And it's old enough now to where it's setting cones, and I have little cowrie seedlings coming up here and there. So
You must be so proud.
Well, I put one in a 1 gallon container, and I'm going to take it to my new house with me.
See?
Yep. So anyway, you do have to watch because you don't want to be moving trees and cutting down trees.
Laura wants to know how to spell that Carapia ground cover, the grass that you're talking about.
Well, I love it when John does the spelling bee. My favorite part of the show.
It's Kurapia.
Yeah.
Kurapia.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Ding. Ding, ding.
That is right. Okay, your next word.
Carapia.
Here's your next word, John. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Regarding that spelling bee, how do they even remember, the words? Like, you're thinking about it so much, and you're like, I got to remember the word. Now I got to figure out how to spell
Well,
it.
I guess they don't. You obviously don't know what words they're going to ask you, so you're just kind of like out there.
I hope they don't.
Trying to find as many words as you can that they, that would be maybe out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
That they're going to ask you, and don't they have to use it in a sentence?
No, they don't have to. The spellers just have to spell it.
I always thought when they said, "Can you use it in a sentence?" It's stalling for time.
They do that all the time for stalling for time. They say the origin, the using it in a sentence.
Yeah.
They do different things with root words and things like that. Yeah.
So my answer would be, if it says, "Now, can you use that in a sentence?" I'd say, well, "Of course you can."
It's a word.
It's a word. So yes, What else do we have going on here?
I'm trying to feverishly work over here to pull up. Rick asked a question also regarding Bermuda grass as a lawn, and he was saying some people keep it as a weed. Where did it go though? And I'm trying to answer that question for Rick. Sorry, Rick.
Is that Rick W?
Yeah.
Rick from Grants Pass, Oregon.
It passed me real quick, so I'm trying to find it.
Trying to get back to it?
Because I saw it on one screen, but I don't see it on the other. I'm sorry, guys.
We'll keep trying. We're not going to, won't let you down.
Okay, here we go.
We'll find it. Here we go.
Rick says, Bermuda grass considered a weed, and is there a weed killer that just targets it and leaves your other grass alone? And Rick, there is. Yeah, there's a lot of...
The answer's yes to both questions.
Good news, Rick.
Bermuda grass as a weed, and is there something...
Well, we're going to answer that on the other side.
Talking about common Bermuda grass.
Common.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wait.
Okay, so Rick, stay with us, and the rest of you who want to know the answer, stay with us. Actually, we've already said yes twice, but we're going to give you details. We're approaching 30 minutes after the hour. Phone lines open at 855-424-9825. You can also reach John like Jimmy did. That's John at GardenAmerica.com. Facebook Live. We'll answer that as well. We continue. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco, Bryan, Maine. Happy Saturday to you. Garden America coming right back.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago. If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt, call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0473.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. Again, 1-800-521-9579.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And that brings our time to, let's see, 35 minutes after the hour here, back with Garden America. Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, thank you for watching us on Facebook Live, listening to us via streaming or your local radio market. We do appreciate it. Biz Talk Radio and all the guys that keep us on the air, thank you so much. Lines open, 855-424-9825. And I think we've covered almost all the questions, or do we have some more?
Well, we have that question from, what was it, Rick?
Oh, yeah, Rick, right.
You know, he's talking about Bermuda grass in his lawn, and is there a weed killer that just targets it and leaves your other grass alone? Well, Rick, first off, you have to make sure that you have a fescue lawn. So the difference is, for instance, like crabgrass, Bermuda grass are in one class of lawns, and then fescue and annual rye fall into another class of lawns. And what they do is they make herbicides that'll kill one but then leave the other. If you have a lawn that's dominantly Bermuda,
imagine trying to figure that out as somebody that's trying to figure out how do we make it so it kills that but leaves that alone.
Yeah, exactly. And so if you have a fescue lawn, there are products out there. High Yield is a company that produces some products, and it's triclophor ester. Is one that kills Bermuda grass and fescue lawns. Fertilome also has a few products that are listed for killing Bermuda grass and fescue lawns as well. And then Bayer, I know, used to, but now they've kind of transitioned some products. So I'm not sure the name of the product that they would sell that does kill Bermuda grass in lawns. Now, I will say I did this 3 weeks ago, and use extreme caution with these products because they do a good job when used well, but I had some nut grass in my lawn. And so I used a product called Nut Sedge Remover, Nutgrass Annihilator. It goes under a couple different names, where you can use this product in your lawn to kill nutgrass, because there's not a lot of products that kill nutgrass. I mixed it a little too strong. I applied it in the heat of the day, and it burnt my lawn. Now, it didn't kill my lawn, but it did burn it.
You didn't read the directions, right?
No, I read it perfectly fine. Well, the problem was that I had nutgrass that was in a bed where there was no lawn.
So you didn't care, really?
And I didn't care about that, but then I saw it in the lawn, and I'm like, I'll just spray it here too. Well, yeah. Should have diluted it down a little bit better.
Now, that'll grow back because you didn't kill it.
It will. It will grow back because I didn't kill it. I just burnt it. Because a lot of these products, if you don't mix them correctly, you'll burn some of the plants.
I think you did everything wrong. Wrong time of the day.
Yeah, I did.
Mixed
and I knew
too
it.
much.
And
Everything about, which is okay because here's what happens when you don't do it right.
Hey, and this is also coming from the guy who left the kids slip and slide out in the middle of the day when it was 95 degrees outside.
It melted.
Now, I have a burnt lawn now from the slip and slide.
Do they still have slip and slides?
Oh yeah, they're fun.
Because I had that when I was a kid, but and we used to go slide face first.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I thought they took it off the market at some point because they thought, kids are
eating it.
They're going face first, and they're right off the slip and slide into a wall.
I think they took it off the market because we're supposedly in a drought.
How about Water Wiggle?
Water Wiggle.
Come on.
I haven't seen that now.
Water Wiggle was great.
A lot of those things I think they took off the market when drought people.
I guess because that water goes everywhere.
Oh yeah.
What a fun way.
I figured it was on my lawn. I didn't water my lawn.
So you left the slip and slide on there and it turned color.
Yeah, because it's a plastic sheet that's 95-degree day. All it did was just burnt the lawn underneath it. Yeah. So.
Well, maybe that's a good suggestion when it gets cold. And John recommends covering certain plants with a cloth or whatever.
Use a slip and slide.
Use a slip and slide and put it right over those plants during the wintertime. Well, that's a good story. I like that slip. I'm glad that, and that's by Whammo, the same company that brought you the Frisbee.
Whammo, really?
Whammo.
Speaking of good stories.
Yes.
I have a quick good story from 50 years ago.
Well, we have a lot of time.
All right.
I like it how you say 50 years ago when you're only 40, but go ahead.
Well, it was 50 years ago, and I was working at a retail garden center outside of Detroit, and I was just learning things, and I was learning about weeds and how to help people when they came in, learning to be a salesperson. And somebody came in. What reminded me of this was Tiger's story about the nutgrass here.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody came in, and they had a piece of nutgrass. And they showed it to me, and they said,
"What is this?"
They said, "Yeah, I want to get rid of this. What is it?" And I said, "Well, and I'm proud of myself because I knew what it was." I said, "Well, that's nutgrass." And he looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, but what is it?" I said, "It's nutgrass." And he goes, "Okay, what is it?" And I said, "It's nutgrass." He goes, "I know it's nutgrass. What is it?"
Oh gosh.
I said, okay, wait a second here.
He thought you said not.
Right.
Well, it's not grass.
I was not. I guess it was.
That's a routine. That sounds like a routine.
Enough. Yeah.
It's a great routine.
So anyway,
so then after that,
calmed him down, showed him what to use, and he was happy.
Okay. It's grass. I know it's not grass. No, nut grass.
Well, he really got upset with me, and for the life of me, I didn't understand what he was, upset about when I kept repeating what it was.
Right. But you had by that time in your life, you had awareness. Unlike
I wasn't 6.
Unlike the first 6 years of your life.
See, I don't know if Tiger knows about that.
He doesn't know that John didn't know what cause and effect was in between the ages of, say, 1 and 6, when he would do something wrong and he was disciplined. He had no idea why it was wrong or why he was being disciplined. He didn't understand cause and effect. That's the best term I can come up with.
Well, my parents would tell me not to do something, and they would say, "Don't do this, don't do this." And I knew I wasn't supposed to do it. The very next thing that I realized was I was getting spanked for doing it.
The very next thing.
It's like, how did that happen?
Yeah, wait, how did I go from this to this?
So you have like lapses.
I knew I wasn't supposed to do it. Why did I get out that bucket of paint and paint that chair pink?
I remember as a kid, we had this big picture as you walked up our stairs. So if you're walking up the stairs, it's on the right-hand side. And I get a nice picture, I guess, and I can remember doing this. I took a pencil. And on the bottom left-hand side of the picture, I just started scribbling. Just scribble, lots of circles and stuff. And then I walked away, and then my mother saw it. Oh, my gosh, I'm going to call your father. Wait till he gets home. And I knew it was wrong when I was doing it, but I thought, so what?
Yeah.
And then I got in trouble. It's like I ordered.
Shocking.
We used to have, and everybody used to in the old days when the milkman would deliver milk or whatever you wanted. And
I don't think Tiger lived during the milkman era.
Never had a milkman.
In those days, you didn't lock, let's say, your kitchen door. So whether you were home.
You mean Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime. Exactly. So the milkman would just walk in. He'd look at the refrigerator. Whatever we needed, he would replace and leave the bill. So I happened to be there one day, and my folks were, I don't know where they were, and I'm a kid. I go, "Hey, I want some cottage cheese, too." "Yeah, no problem." Well, the reason I wanted cottage cheese was because I was watching this program, and when you got to the end of the cottage cheese, you could take the cottage cheese and turn it a certain way, and there was this rabbit, and then these eyes would circulate, so you could take the cottage cheese.
So it was like a toy? So like a cereal box toy for cottage
kind of something
cheese?
like that, where the rabbit's eyes would go back and forth.
Tricks are for kids.
So I bought the cottage cheese, and I took it. I got up on the sink, and I'm dumping all the cottage cheese out
Oh my
so I could play
gosh.
with this cottage cheese carton. Mother caught me doing it. "What are you doing? Who told you to order cottage cheese, and now you're dumping it out in the sink?"
I love it.
Gosh, the things we did.
Oh, man.
Can you
That's
imagine
so
if
funny.
you had as much energy right now, Tiger, as your son?
Oh, gosh.
You'd be running around this studio right now.
I would never sleep. He doesn't sleep now. Like, I would never sleep. Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that energy.
Yeah.
You just have to get it out of your system.
Cottage cheese toy.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to explain, but once you were done with the cottage cheese, you could turn it around in such a way that there was a rabbit on there, and his eyes would go back and forth. And I just thought that was so cool.
That's
so
funny.
I bought it and dumped it out so I could play with it.
Things were so much simpler back then. Do you remember saving cereal box tops so that you could mail away for some toy?
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
Forts. You could get these forts. I remember these submarines. You put a pill in it.
But you always got it. You waited weeks and weeks. It seemed like forever. It finally showed up in the mail.
And it was
like,
nothing like
what's this piece of junk?
Oh, yeah.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, but they had these submarines.
Yeah.
And you take a little pill. I don't know what it is. Salt
Right.
pill.
Like a baking soda.
Yeah, and then you put it underwater, and it would.
I remember those. And like you said, you saw it on the commercial, and you're like, "Oh, that thing's amazing."
It
and then
would
you
run
get
under
it,
its own power.
And it was like, not
Yeah,
so
or those
much.
forts. I remember like John talking about the back of the cereal boxes. But you can get this fort and all these. You'd get it and like, well, that was disappointing. 3 weeks for that.
Kathy on Facebook also mentioned she also had a hula hoop. Everybody had a hula hoop.
Hula
right?
hoop, sure. Back then, yeah. You don't know hula.
Yeah, I know what hula hoop is.
I think they still have those.
Yeah. Now people use them for exercise.
Yeah. Yep.
Why not?
Go to a concert.
Oh, hey, there's the music. Wow. Hey, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with one more segment. Still time for your questions, comments.
Don't go away because we have some gardening to talk
Oh,
about.
yeah, we have gardening. But if you want to talk about the old days, we can do that, too. It is 45 minutes after the hour. Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. It is Garden America, as John promised. We'll come back and we'll talk gardening. Stay with us.
Everything is coming up roses in San Diego from October 25th to 29th. Lance Walheim here, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at the National Convention of the American Rose Society. BioAdvance and Heirloom Roses will be co-sponsoring the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, along with the rose shows, speakers, and festivities of the American Rose Society. So join me at the San Diego Crown Plaza Hotel and Convention Center, and go to gardenamerica.com and check the homepage for links to registration and event schedule.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS
credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation, Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
And just like that, our final segment on this Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, depending upon where you are. Thank you for listening, tuning in, Facebook Live viewers. Listeners on Biz Talk Radio, john@gardenamerica.com, that still works. And, of course, Facebook Live with more questions and comments. And now we're at the part of the program, John, where we have some information to pass on.
Well, you know, I was thinking with the heat we've had the last week that while it's been tough for some plants, there's other plants that thrive in the heat. And one is crepe myrtles. And my crepe myrtles at home have come into full bloom. But I was thinking that, you know, a lot of people don't realize how versatile crepe myrtles are, because for years there were just trees, right? Crepe myrtle trees, and the bark on them is fantastic. But now there's dwarfs, there's micro dwarfs, there's new crepe myrtles. As a matter of fact, I saw these at Home Depot, the new ones with the black leaves.
Foliage.
Yeah, black foliage, and
you had said dwarfs and microdwarfs, but these aren't even just trees; they're also bushes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's not a matter of it being a dwarf tree; it's a bush.
Right.
It's a dwarf. It could be a dwarf tree as well. It could be a tree. It could be a bush. Black foliage, red flowers. Black foliage, pink flowers. Mildew is something that people have to watch out for.
And usually that's not a problem inland. It's more on the coastal. And there are varieties that are mildew resistant. So if you're on the coast, the old ones used to be that Indian series.
I was going to say the ones with the Indian names, the Cherokee,
right.
I can't even pronounce those. I'm not even going to go there. I see them all in my head.
The Arapaho.
Yeah, but there's a lot of names out there that I don't want to butcher.
Hey, by the way, we want to spell Canna for one of our viewers or listeners, C-A-N-N-A?
Correct.
Okay, C-A-N-N-A, and that's what we talked about with Dustin earlier last hour. So there you go, C-A-N-N-A.
And, John, did you want to mention something else about the crepe myrtle? Or?
Well, I was just going to mention, if you want to see some varieties, there is a website called crepemyrtle.com, and they do mail order. You can check your local garden center. But the nice thing about the miniatures is that if you live in a cold area, you can grow those in a container and then maybe overwinter them indoors, and then put them back out for the summer.
So they wouldn't survive a real hard winter?
No, I think
always thought they could.
No, not at all.
Oh.
They're going to be hardy to maybe, you might.
Did we want to announce the winner?
The winner of what, Tiger?
Let's see how John is dragging this out. he knows exactly what we're talking about.
We had a listener send us a picture of a rhododendron that was growing in his yard.
It's a volunteer, right?
Came up from a seedling.
Yeah, it came up from a seedling. Bob had this rhododendron growing in his yard. Beautiful plant. Bright, bright pink flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. If you want to see it, you can go to our Facebook, and it's in our images series.
Thank you, by the way, for all the suggestions.
Yeah,
on the name.
And we had hundreds of suggestions, wonderful names. But as a committee with Bob and John, myself and Bryan.
Actually, it was Bob that picked the winner.
Well, as a committee, we narrowed down the selection, and then Bob was the end decision maker.
The buck stopped with Bob.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, he didn't like any of the names, so we just tossed out.
So there's no winner.
There's no winner. No, obviously there's a winner.
No.
Yeah, Bob chose the name Unexpected Joy.
Beautiful
Unexpected
name.
Joy, the winner.
Right. And
polite golf applause.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, the person who won submitted Barbara submitted her guess on Facebook.
Right.
And now we need to somehow contact her.
Well, I've sent her a message, I've friend requested her, and she accepted my friend request.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
But she didn't reply back to my message.
By the way, you won. You
Yeah.
won.
So I sent her another message right now via another format that I can send messages on Facebook, and hopefully she'll see that one. But I'm looking forward to notifying her.
So
of her
congratulations.
winning.
And what did she win?
She won a DeWitt trowel with the bottle opener, the fun trowel that we love to give away.
Right.
A bottle of HB 101. And there was a Crane radio.
Let's see, Crane radio. Wow.
Oh boy, wait till you see this and have fun with this radio, Barbara.
Talk about unexpected joy.
Yeah.
Wait till she gets that in the mail.
Oh, that's very good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Barbara. And, we'll keep her updated on how her plant is doing.
Unexpected joy. That's outstanding.
It's a fun name.
That's great.
Now, Bob and his wife Sue were on our trip,
Mm-hmm.
and Bob had mentioned that he was going to have someone in the area where he lives propagate the rhododendron and sell it in the area, and they were going to put a royalty on it, and he was going to donate the royalty to local charities.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Well, thank you for that, Barbara. And congratulations on a great plant, Bob. Beautiful. Unexpected joy is the winner. And we had a lot of people with some great suggestions.
C.S. Lewis wrote a book called Surprised by Joy.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
Patty asked a question that said, would the Carapia be suitable for hillsides? And,
great for hillsides.
And I was going to say, if you go online, you can find images of that plant growing on almost vertical hillsides.
Right.
Now, I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you do know, John. But does it retain a hillside? Or is, because, for instance, like ivy will grow on a vertical hillside, but I would not suggest that as a good retaining
The thing about Carapia is, from what I've heard, is it can root 6 to 10 feet deep. So I think it would be great for holding
a hillside together. Then, yeah. So then, yes and yes, it does grow on hillsides, and it sounds like it would be a good plant for a hillside. But like I said, if you go online and just type in Carapia on slope, you'll see images of it just growing on almost vertical slopes, and it looks beautiful, and it does do well. And it sounds like it could retain it well as well.
Yeah, and I've gotten a couple more emails where people, again, asking me, I guess obviously people still joining the show, wondering how to spell that, and it's Kurapia. Carapia.
Carapia.
Yeah, I don't know what the KUR comes from, but the PIA is probably from Lipia, right? Because the plant is Lipia splendens.
And the flower.
Hey, that's going to do it. Thank you for hanging with us, whether it was for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the entire 2 hours. We do thank you. I want to thank Zach, Jeremiah, Brandon for keeping us on the air, doing a great job at Biz Talk Radio. For the rest of the crew, Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan Main. Enjoy the rest of your day. And again, our number one replay in Los Angeles on AM 740. Have a great week and get growing, America. Take care.